Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am creating the last Summer Vibes layout for my Close to My Heart series every Tuesday. And we're using, obviously, the Summer Vibes collection. I decided to go out with a bang and do a 2-page layout. So I used 2 pieces of the Daisy White cardstock that comes with the paper, whatever, the cardstock. I go ahead and take this really fun stripe piece, which also has all of the fun summer things, and I cut them each to 4 inches, and I'm going to put a strip on the left-hand page on the left side, and on the right-hand page the right side. And we're just going to get that all stuck down. And let me tell you what, this adhesive that I'm using, very sticky, because normally I just kind of pull it up and work like that. Yeah, well, you'll see in a minute. Had a little faux pas, but we made it work. So we're just going to get those both stuck down, and those are kind of going to serve as the base of the layout. Now, had I really planned out the layout, I would have added the other pattern papers in prior to adding my pictures. This was when my fiance took me, my son, and his daughter to the driving range and was, teaching all of us how to hit a golf ball. We all have golf clubs, but only he knows how to play golf. So I did go ahead and I'm going to get this picture of his daughter I'm going to mat each picture, but I mat them all on different pattern papers. So I'll only make you watch me do this first one. Then I'm going to go ahead and go off screen and trim up the other pictures and pattern paper. So that's kind of what we're going to look like. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to work on one side. And I know that this picture right here that I just hung off the page, I'm going to cut it in half. That's going to be what pretty much grounds the pages together. So I am just kind of getting the pictures right like that. Now it does take me just a tad bit because I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's lined up. I'm going to get adhesive right on those 2 sides. And then I don't know if you watch me, but I just barely, see, I'm going to do it again because I knocked it, just barely pull them apart so that I can go in with my trimmer and just split the picture down the middle. So I go ahead and get that stuck on there. And I am first going to go in with my scissors because I thought that would be the easiest. It's not. But I do go ahead and put adhesive on this side, on these sides of the paper. So see, I'm going to try with my trimmer, and I'm like, well, let me put adhesive on the other side just to make sure it's stuck as well. And again, I'm like, nope. So I'm going to pull out my trimmer because I feel like that's going to be the best way to go. We're going to get that stuck in there because I have that nice little gap. And it's a very small gap. It just cuts right through it. And then I'm going to flip them over and just trim off what was left. And since it's such a small gap, they'll be separated by rings in my album, you really aren't going to be able to tell that there's like a sliver of photo missing. Now this one did give me a little bit of a hard time, but that's okay because I make it work. And then I'm going to just go ahead and center this page, and I'm going to get all my pictures laid down. Now, there are no pictures of me because I was the one taking the pictures, and the ones that my fiance took of me was from behind, and it was not flattering, so we're good. I know I was there. So I am just going to kind of overlap each picture, so it's like a cohesive unit flowing across the page. And they're not going to be straight. I'm going to offset all of them. But it was just kind of in order of how it was going. My son Sam is posing, then he's lining it up, then he's taking a shot. This is my fiance there. He is showing us how to grip. On the other side, his daughter is behind him. She's straight posing because she knows I'm taking a picture. Now that picture right there that I'm getting ready to put down, I did go ahead and border twice because actually 3 times. I really liked the hearts and the Hello Summer. So it was like one of the only things that we have done this year. So this is my fiance watching his daughter try to hit the ball, and then that is her, doing a very nice divot. So I get all of them on there, and now I'm like, all right, so now I'm going to grab the Mix-In paper pack that comes with the collection. And I really did like this blue plaid. My initial idea was to leave it at the size that it was. But then I decided, you know what, we're just gonna snip it right here. And I'm gonna come in with my trimmer, and I'm gonna trim this piece and another piece down. And then I'm going to rip up the papers and try to get this stuck underneath, which, like I said, the adhesive was really sticking today. So I get that one nicely trimmed down, and I went with the blue because to me, that's the sky, right? So I'm gonna measure this out, and it's not on in a line, so I just, use my fingernail. Works. And that is going to go on the opposite page. So I'm thinking, all right, we're just gonna lightly pull these up. Yeah, it was kind of fine on the pictures. I did get those up enough. It was the pattern paper stuck to the cardstock that was like, oh my Lord. But it's okay, because where I ripped it, you can't see it because I hit it with the pictures. Is anybody else ready for mosquitoes to be gone? Because I have got mosquito bites. I would never make it on that Naked and Afraid or the Survivor stuff, because if you ain't got off, you ain't got nothing. So I'm going to fuss with this for just a minute. I will also go ahead and leave a link to my website below. You can still pick up this beautiful collection until the end of August 2020, and probably afterwards. So I finally get it stuck down. I'm going to go ahead and trim it off. It is a bit crooked, but I'm like, I am not messing with that anymore. So I go ahead and just roll that one on over. Bring in this other piece, line it up. And what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to try to put it up underneath that pattern paper so much. So I am just going to pull these up. Get some adhesive stuck onto that, and I'm going to slide these two sheets up again. And I'm just going to very lightly shove it under those pictures, make it go across, and there's my beautiful colic. And then I have to rip it here just a tad bit, but it's okay. We just get that nice and stuck down. And then I'm going to flip it over, trim off the excess. And we're going to make sure that all these photos are nicely adhered to the page. See, if you're going to do something like this, put all the pattern paper down first, just saying. Now I'm going to take that pink piece because I had it, and it's also from the Mix-In collection. The Mix-In paper pack, and we're just gonna line it up right about there. And then I'm thinking, no, we're not, because I don't feel like ripping those photos back up. So what I'm gonna do, pull it up here, and I am just going to throw it at the bottom of the page. Yes, yes I do. And then I flip it over, and I'm like, well, that's not even, but I make it even, and I make it work. It was a struggle. I was on the struggle bus this morning. And it's still not quite centered. I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it this way. And then I ended up adhering it to my other page. I mean, I'm telling you, it certainly was a trip this morning. But it's all right. So we go ahead and get the adhesive down correctly. I line that paper up. Again, a little crooked, but it's cool. I'll just tell people when they're looking at it that, it's them. They look crooked. I do go ahead and just lightly trim off where I was just a tad off. And we're going to go ahead and do the same with the pink that we did with the blue. We're going to line them up, glue it down, stick it under, and then we're going to grab the 12 by 12 pattern paper. Or I lied, the 12 by 12 sticker sheet that comes with the pattern paper. And we're going to get that stuck down. That one went a lot easier. We're going to trim off the excess. And there is not a lot of embellishment that I did with this. I go ahead and I'm looking at it. Like I said, I grabbed the sticker sheet. Oh, I lied. I'm going to grab some watermelons. This is a zip strip. It was cute. It was sitting there. It worked. I'm going to go ahead and get another one stuck on the other side because I think it's cute. I think it works. And I'm in love with it. My fiance just rolled in, so I am going to have to pause this for just a minute. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get the little watermelon strip stuck down. Now I am just going to embellish each page separately. So I go ahead and I'm going to grab this big old chill leaf. I'm going to stick it right there. That is going to serve as my title. I'm going to grab a couple of these little... So I grabbed the little flamingo because he's cute and he works, right? There could have been flamingos there, who knows? I'm going to get him stuck down there. Then I do go ahead, and this is what I thought I was doing, was grab these little word strips. And I'm just going to stick a couple of them onto the pictures. And I believe I'm going to call this side done. I'm going to go ahead and put this little word strip. I put it down there by those watermelons. And I'm going to grab that big sun and put it up at the top because it says, "Hello, summer," and that little sticker says, "You are my sunshine." Now, thinking about this, I probably should have popped that up on some foam tape. There is no dimension on this page, but that is okay. I'm kind of looking around to see what else I might want to use on this page, and I decide absolutely nothing. So go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you liked my double page layout. Click that subscribe button, and go ahead and pick you up